Hi, so I was recently commented about whether it's worth it to get the Flint or not. Um, when I originally was debating on whether I was going to get this or the black, you have to understand I'm a destroyer main usually, with a very strong influence towards cruisers. However, my main cruiser line is the British light cruiser line, so really it's part destroyer. If you've not played that line before you get the Flint, I would highly recommend playing that line because the Flint plays a lot like the cruiser line for the British Navy. So you'll start to learn about positioning and you'll learn about the smoke screen and the importance of having an exit plan. With that being said, is it a good ship? Yes, so long as you are very aware of your position and aware of what's going on around you. If you're not, you can get into a lot of trouble really quickly. If you're putting up your smoke screen and they're already shooting at you, you've probably already got a problem anyways. Because you're slowing down and you're going to get creamed because they're already shooting at you. So you definitely want to try and use the smoke screen before you're detected and or you're getting into a position that is useful. This position that I'm in right now is not so useful. I was trying to help out to deal with the destroyers, but really they're at the very edge of my gun range. And we're talking about a 13-second time to arrive. So yeah, it wasn't the best time to use it, and unfortunately I had to move out and move forward. Now, since these are destroyer guns, you have very short range. You have to get the AFT. Any range you can get, the better off you are. You may think, oh, well, the flight time hurts. No, you just learn to adjust your aim and account for it accordingly. And you'll be surprised at how much people don't move. So do get the range, otherwise you are going to get yourself into positions where you are really danger close all the time. The guns are nice because you will go over islands very easily, just like this situation here. So you have to use a lot of island cover. You have to use your smoke, other people's smoke, be very situational awareness, because otherwise you will get deleted. This is not a brawler. The armor on this is thin, very, very thin. So towards the end of this, I will show you a clip of me engaging in Indianapolis and how unwell that goes. It was a bad situation I should never got myself into, but that's what happened. Um, I have found that once you really do understand positioning, it doesn't matter if I get up tiered. If you notice, this battle is a tier 9. Okay, so this is where I had to be really careful where I was. Now the only other thing is you will find is you tend to hang out in a spot for a while and you move a little bit at a time. Is a lot of what I find the combat to be. If that's not really going to be your style, then it may not be a ship for you. I mean, battles change, so you can always be moving around because you got nothing to shoot at. So you have to try and get yourself into a position where you're hiding before the detection range, but there's enough room for you to fire. On my mini map, the detection range is that yellow line roughly. It's actually my torpedo range, but it's almost identical. And the pink, or the blue line, that's my fire range. Now torpedoes are hit and miss. They are more of a control. People do underestimate that you even have torps because you're a cruiser, specifically a United States cruiser, and you guys don't have torps beyond, tier 5, right? Except for the Atlanta, which is at 4.6 kilometers. Much faster torps. They're the, oh shit, I'm going to die. You notice this Alsace? The only thing I do to it was set it on fire. Everything else shattered, and that is with IFHE. Now I am hitting the back deck, so I needed to move the aiming a little bit more forward. That's on me, but it also highlights your limited ability. Now that Sims was shooting at me, but I didn't really pick up that he was there. That was me getting tunnel vision. I did fire torps off at him, just because I wanted to force him out of that smoke screen. Now the Kagero is a wonderful target. This is what you are designed for. You will shred destroyers. Okay. There's little that they can do. Okay. You can do decent amount of damage to battleships. You just have to be aware of what's going on. Now that Sims is actually going to take one of those torps. He probably wasn't expecting that, which is fine. Your torp chance of hit is very slim because they are so slow. They don't have a bad detection range, but they don't have a great one either. So people have a tendency to dodge them fairly easily, but that's okay. Now I do have IFHE on it. Without it, there's going to be a lot of ships you can't hurt. Now there is a change coming to IFHE. I don't know how that's going to impact the fire settings, fire chance. They're talking about a 50% reduction. So we'll just have to see. Now, I kind of made a mistake here. The Boise in the back, I should have been shooting at him, because I could have probably ended him already. My other thought was, well, there's everyone else is shooting at him anyway, so why bother? So again, the range just became a factor. I can't really shoot at him. He was out of my range, so it's just a waste. Have I enjoyed it? Yes. When I first was getting it, I didn't know if I was going to regret the choice or not. It's been a good choice. I'm glad I didn't get the black. Black would just be another destroyer. Yeah, it has radar and it has hydro. It would have been another anti-destroyer hunter for me. I'm sure some of you have asked or wondered why I'm running hydro over defensive fire. It's already got a really good AA suite. The hydro is to help protect me from incoming torpedoes. I really don't even know what I was looking at over there. There's nothing even on there. I think I hit my mouse by accident is what happened. And so I find the defensive AA less useful because the carrier vessels show up once in a while, but not all the time. The Hydra I'll run way more often. I mean, I only ran it I think once this match, only because of the threat from the Sims, because most of the destroyers were dead, and I didn't have to really worry about being torpedoed. The other reason I'll use it is to find destroyers in smoke, obviously. That's a very useful feature. It's 4 kilometers, not great, but it's not the end of the world. So I'll usually activate it when I'm about 3.5 kilometers, maybe even only 3 kilometers from a target that's in smoke, and then hit it, because then they got a kilometer to get away from me. Good luck. The fire rate out of these guns will rip them apart. If it doesn't kill them, well, they're screwed anyways, because now they're panicking. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. I've got 100 games, more than 100 games in it. It is taking me a little bit of time to readjust my thinking for this ship. It is very similar to the British line, except it has one little detail. There is no heel. So I really had to rethink my situations of what I was getting into, because I get slaughtered otherwise. Because you take things for granted. This is just to show you how this thing is really not a brawler. Part of my angle was my fault, but really the angles that this guy hit me on was pretty sharp. The torps don't get him, and really I should have put a smoke screen up, but I think he was so close I would have been detected anyways. So now I charge in, and you can see like that was pretty much like a really sharp angle, but he's hitting me in the superstructure. So he's just ripping me apart. And like that's just brutal. This is not a brawler by any means. So don't get yourself into that situation. I made a huge mistake here. I should never fire torps. I should have just kept shooting. So I hope this helps you make a decision in your choices. I'm just going to put up some screens here for you to take a look at some scores. You can get deleted right away in this thing, of course, because you're in a cruiser. In smoke or whatever else, you can just be, you're done. So if you don't mind sneaking around and being really careful with how you're going to play, then this is a ship for you. If you're more out there in your face, then this isn't going to work for you. This is definitely you better tread lightly, otherwise you're going to get deleted. So anyways, have fun with it if you pick it. I'll put up my captain screen with skills, and maybe make some comments about it, maybe some other choices. Hi, so this is the Captain Perk skills screen for you. Most of it's pretty, useless standard. Priority target, know if you're going to be shot at. The AR, Adrenaline Rush, so that you become more dangerous as you start to lose more and more health. The BFT, Basic Firing Training and Advanced Firing Training, AFT. One is faster gun rate, of course, more AA, and Advanced Firing Training to get you that range, since you cannot get it in an upgrade perk. I'm running Demolition Expert because I'm running IFHE, to kind of balance it out. I'm still getting a low chance of maybe 8 fires in a match. I have had something like 15, so the chance is still there. It's still pretty good, so don't be too worried about it. And then I had to figure out what the last 2 points would be. I put it into preventative maintenance, or sorry, last stand, sorry. This ship gets broken. It's partly why I would almost run preventative maintenance anyways, because I get so broken so many times. I'll have multiple guns shattered and then have to repair them, and it's just one of those things that gets kind of crazy. So be aware that you will have it broken quite a bit. So if I wasn't taking IFHE, I might do survival expert, get that extra 2500 health because you don't have heals, and maybe use a preventative maintenance 1 point. The other option I was thinking maybe making your torps a little bit faster. It reduces the range down to 7.4 kilometers from 9.2. So maybe good, maybe not good. Those are the only other things I would maybe consider doing. And then as for the upgrades, I am running the first one, which is making sure your guns have more health. Because again, when you get slammed, I could only imagine if I didn't have it. I have a 50% health increase on my primary guns. Without it, I'm sure I would have had multiple gun failures, which is your lifeblood to put out that damage. Increased aim, they're good, but that little bit extra helps. And then for upgrades, the last one is I use propulsion. I don't use turning too much because I'm not usually running around, because you are such a fragile ship that even if they accidentally hit you, they can just completely smash your ship to pieces because you have almost no armor. It's pretty much as bad as a Pensacola. You are a floating citadel. So I use propulsion because I'm sitting behind islands or inside smoke, so that if torpedoes come at me, I can move. I can move my butt out of the way and get out of that danger. So anyways, hope this helps and gives you a little bit of guidance on what to choose. Peace out.